here we are on our way to game number 1. Yeah, Void of Mars 120 against Neleth. And that brings us to our current score of 2-2. So everything set back to the start. And now we are in our third best of 3, a ZVT. And in the top left corner for without build order, in purple we have Griselbrand. And down in the bottom right in teal we have for the team Platinum Heroes, it's Vanguard. So looks like a hatch first here for Griselbrand. And a gas first for Vanguard. With an SCV scout as well. So the safer option again here for our Terran player. Gas, and soon to be a spawning pool here for Griselbrand. Both players going for normal openings. Nothing too crazy as you would expect. In the first game of a best of 3, both players try to get a foothold in the series. Command center now as well, on the way for Vanguard. Factory follows. Everything very standard here on the Terran side. Probably a reactor after the Reaper is finished. Yes, there it is. The Reaper glides over to the other side of the map now. 4 Zerglings here for a Zerg. So far no drones sent out. So we will probably not see a very fast third base, but rather more queens in the early stages. Reaper arrives. Doesn't look like too much is gonna happen here. So starts to check for the queens on the way. Now he could send out a drone again. The Reaper dives into the main base, which is not very common. And it could end up in him losing the Reaper. No, it doesn't. But Griselbrand has banked a lot of minerals behind this. No further queens on the way, still no third base. Looks like he got a little bit distracted by following that Reaper around. And on the other side, we see the first Hellions here for Vanguard. And a Tech Lab for his barracks. A very fast armory. Holy, this is very fast. I haven't seen an early armory in a long time. This might be very well like a 6 Hellbat push. That goes out quite well. The factory now. Interesting style here by Vanguard. Very early second factory, so this looks like a battle mech style. Even though the build is not that very clean. Usually you get the second factory before the before the armory. Yeah, the armory doesn't do anything for you right now in the Cyclone wood. Very fast +1 attack. And attack upgrades. This does not speak for Cyclones. They don't use attack upgrades at all. Behind this we see Griselbrand on 2 base saturation, going for almost 2 base. Going for links and few banes. Late third base, just now finishing at 4 minutes 30. And he scouts everything that's going on in here. See blue flame, and we see Hellbats. And a siege tank. Wow. This is a very old style here. Fast blue flame with +1. So blue flame Hellbat push. with probably one siege tank behind. But Griselbrand stopped at 31 workers, and he's non-stop building Zerglings right now, because he saw everything that was going on with his Overlord. He even now adds a Roach Warren to be extra safe. Question is, has he stopped too early on drones? Because too few drones can be a problem as well. Now, the first tank is done. +1 and Blue Flame are almost done. So I think we will see a move out here of our Terran player soon. Who's going for a third command center behind this? Is this all just defensive? I'm very confused, as you can tell. I don't know what to expect here. +1 is done in 20 seconds, so if you want to hit with +1 and Blue Flame, you move out now. Or you wait for those 2 tanks and move out with them. Then you have 3 tanks, and how many Hellbats are this? 8 Hellbats. But Hellbats just die to Banelings. Thor is being added. What is this? Is this just a turtleneck style? This could very well be just a turtleneck style with a few Hellbats early on. And very fast upgrades. He's not doing more upgrades. Sorry guys, I actually don't understand what's going on in Vanguard space. Griselbrand on the other side is finally restarting drones. So he has been building 13 already. He stopped his Link production for a while and he's heavily droning now. Again, he sees everything with this Overlord. How much does he actually? Yeah, he even sees the tanks. He saw the third command center being built and still builds drones, which is very good for him. More factories here. 4 Vanguard. The first Thors are already out. So Griselbrand is going for Mutas, but the counter is already there and already turrets are being built everywhere. Griselbrand should go like to 65 drones now. Not 57 is not bad, but he could go to 65 without a problem and take a 4th base as well, and then start using building units. Because he sees Thors and some tanks, and he sees that he's back here. He's not moving out, so he knows that he's allowed to build more. It looks like he feels okay at 57. What is the game plan here? This actually looks like turtleneck, old school turtleneck style, just maxing out. And when you're maxed out, just move over and kill the opponent. And so far, Griselbrand has not started his infestation pit, so he is not on his way to a hive. Broodlords would be a good counter, Vipers would be a good counter. And now the Terran army is moving out. Double scan here, sees only a 3rd base, no 4th. And Griselbrand's... Oh, his Bane speed is a little bit late. He forgot the Bane speed. And now he's here, and he cannot move through this, because the rocks are not cleared. And he sees the entire Terran army moving on creep, and he cannot engage. He has no 4th base over here, so he cannot evacuate the drones to this 4th base. And he's now coming with his entire army from the back, which is a very good call, because he's on the tanks now with the Zerglings, and not on the Hellbats, and he gets all of the tanks before his roaches arrive. So he gets into the fight now with his roaches, he gets onto the Thors. Up here, Queens are fighting against Hellbats, so he fought exactly the units, the right units with the right units that he wanted to fight them with. So he cleared the army, but behind this, another mech army is already here, so he cannot push up this ramp very easily. Nice positions here for tanks. It looks like he wants to attack the 3rd base, which is a good call. It's defended over here, but there's nothing over here. Thing is, he is not increasing his economy during all of this. Nice rammer here, he will get a lot of kills, because there's nothing in place for the Terran. 5, 6, 7, 10 workers killed, 14 workers killed. Damage onto this And he forces a lift off. And then he pulls back. Very nice run by here by Griselbrand. Nicely executed. But he's not building drone. Okay, now he starts. Now he starts being building drone spear. Very nice. Can go up a little bit more. This is 68. He can go up to 75 to 80 drones right now. His hive is on the way. He needs more income. And Terran decides to build his fourth base on location, which is very, very greedy, especially with a slow mech army. And he relocated over to this base now as a few of his tanks. So now Griselbrand can just hit this command center, do massive amounts of damage. He can probably even force a cancel. He could have forced the cancel if there were some roaches over here. Now it just gets cleaned up in time. And the command center is very, very low. If there were 2 roaches over here as well, or like 5 zerglings more, this would have been dead. And he had the roaches over here. So just move them in and kill it. This triggers Vanguard now to move out on the map again. But this time it's only 1 Thor. Ooh, Griselbrand is going for Corruptors! Oh, this is the worst timing for him to go Corruptors. His hive is just done, so he needs 70 more seconds to get the Greater Spire, which he does not have, and this time tanks a siege behind this. Ooh. Yeah, he evacuates the drones, exactly the right call. Send them away, even if this is oversaturated. Now take another base, just give this up. Give yourself more time. Few Banes now. They will be done in time. And the Halberds are just on top of them. Send them in, send them in! Yeah, very nice! All of the Halberds die. Very good here, very good connections. Lings are on the way now. And so, oh, now the tank siege. And all of those roaches are running into tank fire. He's getting on top of them. So we'll get a good trade. Zerglings are starting to arrive here. And he will get on top of the tanks as well. So he should be able to clean this up. And therefore he has time, he bought time to get to Brutes. His Greatest Spire is halfway done now. But he has not rebuilt his 4th. So he's still only on 3 bases. And more reinforcements here from Vanguard arrive. And those reinforcements are just not counterable right now because Griselbrand has no lava. Take a look, there is no lava left and he has only 18 Zerglings on the way. So he missed a few injects and he lost his hatchery and there is no macro head. So all this leads to him not having enough lava. Clear this right now. He will get to Brutes, but he will lose another hatchery. And he just now starts rebuilding 2 hatcheries on the top right corner of the map. Building more drones. Now a scan goes up onto the Brood Lords, and there are 3 Thors here and 4 more on the way. So 7 Thors. Yeah, you can see he's just shift clicking the Brood Lords. There is no support to defend them. 3 Brood Lords off, but 3 Brutes versus 7 Thors. Just no match. So we will see a 1-0 here for our Terran player. Nicely played. Hit 2 timings. We could do massive damage to Griselbrand. So here we are on map number 2 of this series. Down in the bottom right corner, playing in purple as the Zerg player for without build order, we have Griselbrand. And down in the top left, up in the top left corner, in red, we have Vanguard. Who's going for guess first again? And SCV Scout. Griselbrand on the other side, going for hedge first again. So, let's see. Standard openings here again. Both players confident that they just executed a little bit wrong. Nothing to do with the strategy, which I agree on. A standard macro game from Bros. Just some execution errors more from Griselbrand, which led to him losing the first map. This time we see an SCV scout again. And yeah, nothing too crazy. What I don't like is that he pulls back this work. This I really don't like, because one of the big advantages of scouting with an SCV is obviously that you see if there is an early pool or stuff like that. But there's another big advantage. If you leave the SCV on this or on this base and just put it in the center on hold position, what happens in a lot of games is the Reaper is like on this corner. If a drone moves out here, down here, he cannot defend that, because he's fighting against Zerglings. But if then there is an SCV over here, he has enough time to circumvent the Zerglings and get down here, still deny the base. Sending the SCV to the watchtower is even worse than sending it back home, because yeah, it doesn't do anything right here at this phase of the game. There will not be any units at this location that you need to protect. Reaper gets some scouting off, no kills. Griselbrand gets his third base a little bit late, and yeah, still no more queens for him. Command center finishes the Hellions again, but this time not a second factory, but a starport here for Vanguard. So this might be for some Banshees. No, it's just Stim. So he goes straight for Stim upgrade. So we will see Bioplay this time. Different style here. Gets one. Yeah, he gets one Hellion. And he's annoying. Very nice here for Griselbrand. Did not cost him a lot. Lost 3 Zerglings, but they were not useful anymore at this point. Okay. So we see a very early Roach Warren here for Griselbrand, who sees this time, okay, there is a Marine, there are some Hellions. Okay, so he sees not that many Hellions like last time. He should scout it now. Vikings popping even now, so the Overlord will get cleared soon. And scouting that there is Stim on the way would be really nice. Even though the fact that he sees a Viking tells him this is a different build than last game. Last game there was a very late starport. And again, Griselbrand went up to 2 base saturation and starts building units after this, just to be safe. Some roaches, some Zerglings. Like he's now rebuilding drones. Ah, just fills up the gas. Question is, will he build more units or will he go into economy now? And this we see Vanguard going for 3 barracks. The standard production here with the factory, with tech lab. Starport with reactor, so standard bioplay here. With some Hellions as support. 1-1 on the way, Stim on the way. Standard. Very standard. Griselbrand gets some more drones onto his third base this time, and then he goes for a Nidus. How many queens does he have? He only has 3 queens, so 3 queens is not that much to get into the Nidus. And he has... oh no, yeah, he has an Overlord over here. Thought that this one got cleaned up again. Yeah, the Viking is flying over here. We get to this Overlord. Yeah, it's actually heading up here right now. But it will not be in time before the Nidus gets in. Let's go into Vanguard's vision. There is no spot in the main where the Nidus is not detected. So let's take a look at his vision. He has not spotted it yet. We are in his camera right now. I'm not moving anything. He has not reacted. The Nidus is almost done. You can see in the production. We have 2 more seconds. Now it's done. You hear the sound. And now he's panicking. He's setting units up. But yeah, all the Zerg is in his base already. There are no tanks out. Control back. And yeah, the Zerg army is on top of his. But it's not too many roaches. So this is a very, very close hold here. If Griselbrand had like 10 more Zerglings, he would probably be able to overwhelm this force and kill the Terran base then. But this way he just got 4 SCVs and a little bit of army. The trade was not too bad, but it was a little bit in favor of Terran. The question is, what effect does this have on the Terran player? I mean, the Nidus is still there, so Griselbrand can always reuse it to harass. The Overlord died though, and yeah, Griselbrand is funding double macro hatching now. Double macro, better than having overmints. Yeah, so Vanguard is taking preparations here. He's building missile turrets, but missile turrets are just... I mean, if you send an Overlord in and you pay attention, you just place the Nidus before the Overlord dies, because it does not die instantly. But on the other hand, he has no 4th base on him. And Vanguard has his 3rd already established. And he's behind in upgrades. Take a look, 1-1 is done for our Terran and no upgrades done so far for Zerg. +1 missiles on the way, which is not the thing you want against Bio. What style is he playing? This is Ravager Ling so far. Yeah, Ravager Ling. Is there a Baneling's Nest? No, there's no Baneling's Nest. Ooh, this can get very dicey very fast. If our Terran player hits a very nice push here, this will definitely kill the Zerg. You take a look at the supply, they are even, which is never too good for a Zerg, who's now double expanding. One of those macro hatches should have been a 4th base, and a 2nd macro hatch and a 5th now would be good. Yeah, he just cannot build drones early enough. He's only on 52 drones against 56 SCVs now, so he's behind on workers and plus mules. The only thing that Griselbrand has going for himself is that Vanguard only has 3 barracks so far. So he's adding 3 more now, but his production is just not that huge. Which means in like 2 minutes his production will have ramped up and Griselbrand will get into trouble. Baneling's Nest finally finished. And he has Hydras out, so he's morphing Banes, but no Baning speed so far. Should just go into his main and click it. Very important upgrade here. Group spread is starting to spread out a bit. Wow. 27 drones on the way. Don't get me wrong, it's not false. It's the right call. He's going up to 80 drones, which is exactly the drone count that he needs, but it's a little too late to do that. Because right now the Terran is pushing out. And the army of Griselbrand is just not too big. But it might just barely be enough if he gets a good fight. But fighting off creep without bending speed could be a huge, huge problem. So he sees the scans, so he knows where Terran is going. Bending speed is only halfway done, so he will not have bending speed. There are a lot of Marauders, but yeah, no splitting. And now we have Roach Hydra against just a little bit of bio, so this will be an easy cleanup here. Very, very decisive fight here by Griselbrand. The good thing for him was the mines were not ready. The mines were not ready to fire, they were not burrowed, and now Griselbrand is in a fantastic position. 30 more drones is a little bit over the top, Where is he losing? There was a Liberator somewhere. But yeah, he's going up to 90 drones now, which is a lot. Which is really, really a lot. But yeah, it's not too bad. He needs to spread the drones now. And this push is bad. He has nothing over here. He needs to pull this back, retain the units. Those are expensive units. Don't throw them away, mate. Don't do it. He will die. I mean, he won a big fight. And he rebuilt drones, which is okay. No problem there. But he then threw away his tech units against the army that Terran built. Because all he had over was the tech units, which is very nice, which is everything you want to have over after a fight. But yeah, you need to reinforce them, obviously, before fighting again. So Griselbrand has a lot of drones, but his situation is quite bad. He has 14 over here, he has 16 over there, 24 over there, and in addition to that, 1 gas is empty, 3 gases are empty. He could use those gases even more, because he has a lot of minerals, but not that many gas. And the question is, how big is his army again? His army is smaller than the last time, and this time there are tanks. Ooh, this push could get very, very deadly. Some nice flank here. Setting up a flank over here, getting on top of the tanks with his Zerglings immediately, and very nice building connections here. No splitting again from Vanguard, which is what actually cost him this and the last fight. And now Griselbrand has a very good fight here again. Sniping out the medivacs, killing the entire Bioforce. And he is in a great spot again. Building another macro hatch. He still has not resaturated his gases. 3 gases not mining, and this base has no gases. This is just a macro hatch. This time he's rebuilding a lot of Zerglings, which is good. I should wait for them to fight. I mean, this fight is okay, killing single units for free. He sees the base over here, so you should just go there, fight there. Yeah, but he wants to go for the throat, and I think he can. Warp Banelings into the Terran space, gets into the natural, so yeah. 3-3 is done for our Terran, but 3-3 will not save him because his splits in the fights are just non-existent. But you can see what 3-3 does, even SCVs are starting to kill Zerglings. And now more SCVs die, 37 SCVs dead, 38. 1 command center dies, Griselbrand is still in here with his Hydras. More and more Zerglings are streaming across. Snipe on the medevac again. He will get this command center as well. He will not. He doesn't focus on it, but still he forces a lift off. He keeps on killing SCVs, Marines. And take a look at the supply. Griselbrand is just rebuilding units now. He can do whatever he wants. Almost no mining for a Terran player. Griselbrand should just regroup once. Refill his army and then go for the throat again. This time will be pretty easy. And all of this without saturating 3 of his gases. More drones. He's over 100 drones right now. 102 drones. What a madman. Are those in the gases? No, of course not. Why would you saturate gases? Who needs gas anyway? Holy cow, boys. He's morphing Baneling after Baneling with just no gas. I bet he's wondering, why don't I have gas? He's building a spire, cancelling it, going for an infiltration pit now. On the other side we see the Terran army is just Marines, but Marines are very good against Hydras. Unsupported Hydras just suck against Marines, as you can see. The high DPS of Marines is just so strong, and take a look. Griselbrand has, oh my god. Griselbrand has 100 drones and no army. And now a Terran force is coming over here. Is Vanguard actually winning this game with no economy left and just a small force of Marines? This was because Griselbrand just detonated his banelings. Morphing some more Banes, engaging, but yeah, this is just so many Zerglings, and you can see it, 3-3 Marines. They're just wrecking Zerglings. And now there are 4 Banelings, and they again have no support. Ooh! But they don't need support if they get connections like this for free. Ooh. Now we have Hydras over here. And the last Medivacs get sniped, so this push will finally come to an end. But behind this, Vanguard has started to rebuild his economy. Griselbrand he definitely needs to regroup his units and not lose those Hydras again. You need those Hydras behind your Zerglings as they need support. They are just so fragile. They're expensive. Don't use them for free and saturate those gases, man. More Banes. Nice here. If he gets those Banes up before the next attack of Terran, which looks like he will. Terran's not moving out right now. Or not moving in. Now the Banes are out. Don't detonate them. Run in and just win the fight. Very nice. No splitting here again by Vanguard, by the way. Just doesn't look like Bio is his kind of game. Now all of those drones pay for themselves, because even though Griselbrand lost 10, he still has 94. And now he can just go in here. Go down there, get more kills on bases of Terran. Your hive tech is on the way, which is very nice. And wow, he finally saturated gases in the main. Not in the third though, but in the main. Did a little bit of macro, now he's moving his army again. Griselbrand is not playing a bad game here. He is very on top of his macro this time. At least he's building drones and he built more hatcheries, so that his inject did not matter that much. Now he can move over here. This was not a very good mine connect. Now you can see how much damage those Marines do against 0 defense upgrades. No defense upgrades on the Zerg units, and still it's just the numbers that win this game here for Griselbrand. GG is called by Vanguard, and there we have it. 1-1 in the series, 3-3 in the clan war. Very even game between those two. The last game was very exciting, very exhausting. I think for both players as well as me. Yeah. Let's introduce the players first. In the top right corner, we have playing in purple again, our Zerg player from without Buildorder, it's Griselbrand. And down in the bottom left, playing in teal for the team Platinum Heroes, it's Vanguard. Here after the first game where Vanguard played mech, he went for a bio build in the second game, which he macroed really good, but his splitting was just, let's not say it was bad, it was non-existent. There were no splits, and therefore Banelings got the connections of the century, and yeah, those connections led to him losing the lead, and Griselbrand being very greedy behind all of this, going up to over 100 workers, managed to just pull through with the sheer numbers of his, I think it was 9 or 10 hatcheries at the end, worth of production, just massing Zerglings and Banelings and some Hydras mixed in, just running over the Terran. Especially if there are no splits, this composition is just way stronger than what Vanguard has. Even if he had 3-3 upgrades, and there were no defense upgrades on the Zerg units, just +2 attack for melee and ranged. And therefore Marines just shredded through the Zerglings. At some point you can see like 15 Marines or so shredding through like 40 to 50 Zerglings in no time. Just, yeah, just so much damage out. With +3 upgrades against 0 defense. Yeah, so far in this game we have, again, standard openings here. Gas opening for the Terran. With a Reaper fast expansion behind. And let's prove for a Z player. Gets over to the other side of the map now. Takes a look into the main. The games prior, Vanguard didn't even focus on doing damage with the Reaper, just like it does here, firing on some drones. Just want the scouting info. Griselbrand is going for a faster third base this time. Drones. Get on the third base immediately. And behind this, we see Hellions start very soon. And again, attack lab on the barracks. Wondering if this is cancelled, and he goes for attack lab. He builds a tech lab, he cancels the tech lab, and he goes for another. So I think this was just, yeah, just a small error. King speed is almost done. Will this be... yes, it will be a second factory this time again. So this looks more like the build from the first game. The Reaper gets killed on the other side. I think, yeah, he sees the Hellions. Griselbrand sees the Hellions and he goes for a Roachborn this time again. And he starts at least a choke here, so that he can... I think this can be blocked with it. So that a Hellion run by into his natural is not that easy. Goes for 2 base saturation again, 34 drones, 35 drones, stuff like that. And we see an armory now. And another factory. Is this Hellion Cyclone this time? This could actually be Hellion Cyclone. It is Blue Flame, okay, so it looks like no Hellion Cyclone. Because you get the Hellion up, the Cyclone upgrade. Okay, missile upgrades here for Griselbrand, and defense this time. Third command center at the front. So this looks exactly like the build in the first game here. Just there is no tank on the way right now. So it looks like it's a defensive build here for Vanguard. Starting to turtle, take his third base, and tries to play out the game that way. Behind this, Griselbrand is going for a lot of units again after his 2 base saturation, just like he did in every other game so far, and goes for drones, drones after. So just a small amount of units to be safe against Hellions, 20 Zerglings, 3 Roaches, not too much, not too few, just to be safe. And we actually see Hellions Cyclone, or at least Cyclones and Hellions. Yeah, it looks like there are more Cyclones on the way. I personally like the style. I play it a little bit differently than Vanguard when I'm playing Terran. Okay, he's moving out. Is there an armor? Yeah, there. So this can be Hellbats, and it's only the Hellbats. The Cyclones are back at home. There is Griselbrand's army. It's back here, and he's moving in now. He will lose the Queen. And he's... yeah, okay, so he is not diving in. He's pulling back. So he got a Queen for free. Not too bad. But Griselbrand has a lot of Queens already. 5 Queens still on the map. One more building. He sees the first Cyclones. Third base being taken here. Griselbrand building more workers. No fourth and no macro hatch so far. No baning speed and further upgrades here. Question is, what does Griselbrand want to play against this style? Does he want to go for Roach Bane, or is he going for Roach Ravager or Linka Ravager or stuff like that? We cannot actually tell right now, because but just Baneling speed alone looks a lot like Roach Bane with the style I play against this. And I'm playing Zerg. 52 drones again. Looks like he likes this drone a lot. Feels like where he stops almost every game. Vanguard is moving out now, and we have just a little bit creep threat on the high ground over here. Not too much, but not too bad as well. Fourth base here by Griselbrand. Now we see the Cyclone Cyclone Hellion still. Moving in here, focusing on the hatch, and the army of Griselbrand is not in position and not ready, so he will get the kill. The base is on the way here. And where did the drones? Oh, they are. They are just waiting. He sees the army moving over here. Question is, yeah, he's rebuilding the hatch. So this is good. Yeah. I think he does not feel confident. Because he could have engaged this and saved the hatch. Just gave up the hatch. And we see more cyclones here. More and more cyclones. Good for Griselbrand is that the upgrades for cyclone was not done. So they deal only half damage than they could to armored stuff like roaches and hatcheries. And now we see the Cyclone Hellion get here surrounded by the Ling Bane. A lot of the units die. And now Griselbrand should just pull back, don't chase off creep. Yes, he does exactly that. Nice trade here for him. Only thing that is a little bit worrying here, he is only on 49 drones. Again, not building more drones. And he has no macro hatch. So he will probably run into lava problems again. Just one melee on the way, roach speed now. And an infestation pit. He needs more drones. He desperately needs more drones. And this our template is just going for a fourth command center. He could start transitioning out of this. He does not need to right now, but he could. His economy is looking fine, while Griselbrand is looking at. Take a look at this. 48 to 63 workers. Ugh. Kinda rough. Finally he builds some more. 55 again. Looks like his magic drone hunt. More upgrades here. This game he's going for defense upgrades. But this time they are not so important because it's against Mac. Griselbrand is going for a few festers here and straight for high. Macro hatchery. More drones. He needs more drones. Against the Biostar last game, he went to almost double the amount of this drones at this point in the game. But Vanguard is just going for his battle mech style, and he's not battle meching. So he's building the units, but he's not very aggressive with them. And as the supplies get higher and higher, this unit count gets this unit types get weaker. Because they just they need to kite, and if you kite with a big wall of units, just half of the units are firing. Has he enough energy? Almost. He has almost enough energy for fungal. So he can he could have gone over here. So we will lose the base. And there is a nice concave here for the Terran. Fungal! Nice fungal here. Then huge chunk. Another fungal. Really big chunk now, and now the banelings hit. Nice fungal growth here. Very good fight for Griselbrand. Take a look at the resources lost. Very much in favor for him now. And behind this, Vanguard is going for a lot of tanks now. Griselbrand though tries to go for a counter. There's this should be able to beat this. He gets kinda good trades. Kinda almost exclusively kills Hellions over there. Just he lost 1,000 resources over there. Then the Terran. Behind this we saw 5 tanks, and now we see 5 Thors. So Vanguard starts to transition into the ultra late game. Griselbrand has not rebuilt his fort base, and he's still only on 60 drones. Ah, he's so busy. He's so busy. He needs more drones, he needs more bases. Now he takes the fourth again. But this could have already been done. Just the prioritization here. Doing the counterattack was not good, but it was okayish. But it was definitely not as important as rebuilding hatcheries and redroning. And therefore we see still, even after those now 2 big fights and 2 good fights for Griselbrand, we still see Vanguard with a huge supply advantage here. Just because his macro is better. And cleaner. More cleaner than better. The prioritization is good for him. Now Griselbrand is out of position with his army again, and he will lose a lot of drones probably. Yeah, 5 already. And now he gets another surround on this battleline force. And it dies. This was, again, a good trade for Griselbrand. He's building 3 hatcheries, which is good. Go for more hatcheries. Very good stuff. Better to have more hatcheries and therefore no lava problems. But he needs more drones. 57 drones and he's going for Broodlords. Broodlords are good, but you need the economy behind this to support them. And we already see 10 Thors and 5 more on the way. So 15 Thors, there's not much you can do with 4 Brood. So you need 15 Broodlords. But to get to 15 Broodlords you need more drones. And that is what Griselbrand is lacking. And it does not look like he will be able to hold this push. Take a look at the army. It's just if he gets the monstrous fight here with the Broodlords, where they hit for free all the time and don't get punished. Just if they attacked right here, for example, and there was no high ground vision, that would be awesome. But he's not attacking. Now he starts attacking. And there we have a scan. And the first Broodlord, or the first Broodlord already dying. More Broodlords are dying, and it's just too much here for the Terran. This will be the 2-1 here, and there it is. GG by Griselbrand. Vanguard wins the game and brings the lead to the Platinum Heroes again.